Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just say no more, tell you how I became the poet of a town called Baltimore. In West Massachusetts, born and raised, on the books was where I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing out, relaxing, all cool, all writing some bars outside of school. In a couple of days, they weren't too good. My dad picked up and left the neighborhood. My dad had left, and I got scared. She said,
"We meet your auntie and uncle in Baltimore."
I whistled for a ride, and when it came near, license plate said poem and had dice in the mirror. If anything, I can say that this ride was rare, but I thought, man, forget it, your home's to Baltimore.
I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the driver, "Yo, home, smell you later." Look to my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the poet of Baltimore.
Wait a minute, man. Hey, check this out, man. There's this poor kid, right? He was feeling his way down the street because he had no money for college. Hey, he walked around in Virginia, you know what I'm saying? His new father and him were fighting over money, and he said, "Woo! Good riddance, Edgar." You like that stuff, man? Hey, man, I got a story to tell, man. I'll tell you what, we'll all have a good time. We'll pull on the drug. Hey, if everybody try on the mic, I'll tell you all these Edgar Allan stories I got. First, I'm gonna start off like that. Hey, help me sing it, homeboy. Name's Edgar Allan Poe, I'm a poet, man. Baby, I'm all you read. We can go to the park after dark, write that poetry. As vocabulary learning, we can take our turn, writing them short stories. Stop and hit the tome that you got at home. Drop words that'll last in your dome. So write with ink and pens. Cross your T's and I's. In the dead of night, lullabies. Hear the raven cry. So write the 45 American classic tale. If my books and my stories just don't sell, I bet my legacy will. Well, it was just sundown in a college town. They call it the poor man's hell. 'Cause the poet man walked through the school land, and his dad soared high and never fell. Well, he was standing in the kitchens fighting with daddy when he left to be an army man. He even wrote from the army, named by only the Bostonians, so nobody knew the man's real name.
He failed a cadet, fought more with John, argued so much he said, "See you later, son." So he wrote in the bed, wrote on a bike. He wrote full time, staying up all night. Thought to myself, Sheba, got my books looking like a zebra. I put on my coat and I was on my way to write until the end of the day. And so I wrote by the back window. But a man was awaiting, asking me for more. He beat me to the left, he beat me to the right. The tax collector whipped my butt all night. And I am mad at my impoverished dad. He's the worst damn dad I ever had. Got a bag of paper and a bottle of ink. I'm gonna write more lines to the end of my life.
Name's Edgar Allan Poe, I'm a poet, man. Baby, I'm all you read. We can go to the park after dark, write that poetry. As vocabulary learning, we can take our turn, writing them short stories. Stop and hit the tome that you got at home. Drop words that'll last in your dome. So write with ink and pens. Cross your T's and I's. In the dead of night, lullabies. Hear the raven cry. So write the 45 American classic tale. If my books and my stories just don't sell, I bet my legacy will. I wrote this poem called The Raven. When I was finished, the readers were a-craving. I wrote it while my wife was dying, but when it was published, I was perfectly fine. I met this lady from my land, never made love with a Virginian. I necked her once, I necked her twice. I took my cousin and yelled, "Roll Tide!"
Don't be amazed at the stories I tell ya. I had a cousin by the name of Virginia. Had a big heart and a big booty too, so I stuck to her side like fresh hot glue. See, I lived by this man with an eye. Cut him up to pieces and he said, "Aye!" Skin was pale, eyes were blue. I told everybody that I didn't have a clue.
I walked to a house owned by Usher. It looked like Mother Nature had just crushed her. Madeline died and looked cold as ice is. The doctor tried all their herbs and spices.
It's a ground poem, I'm a poet, man. Baby, I'm all you read. We can go to the park after dark, write that poetry. As vocabulary learning, we can take our turn writing them short stories. Stop and hit the tone you got at home. Drop works that'll last in your dome.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I am the newest kid on the block. I was looking kind of dumb with my finger and my thumb in the shape of an L on my forehead.
Short stories start coming and they don't stop coming. Breaking the rules and I hit the ground running. Drifted away from European style. An American way made it all worthwhile. So much to do, so much to see, so it's okay not to write about history. You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. All your stories are gold. American writing will bring